Hi, all. I am going to be talking to you about some of the themes and central issues in the other side. As you know, we're going to be doing a fan fiction piece that mirrors the style of Jacqueline Woodson, and because we're going to be doing a shorter piece, I wanted to focus around this children's story that she wrote, The Other Side, that we focused on last week. Now, y'all already went through some of the motifs and themes in The Other Side, but I wanted to frame it as thinking about the theme and central issues when we think about our own fan fiction piece, because I want us to go back and look at all of the times that she shows us that this is in fact what she's going to be talking about, what the main issue is. I pulled out a theme, and remember, theme is like the message of the story, so the message of the other side. And I thought it was looking past differences. Now, you have evidence to think of like a couple of other ones. You don't have to limit yourself to that one, but that's just the one that I was thinking about and that I was able to pull out the most evidence for. I'm also going to be thinking about central issues. And central issues are like what the main characters are really going through. And the main central issues for my characters, Clover and Annie, are friendship in the face of societal pressures. And in this case, that societal pressure is segregation. And that's what I'm thinking that my characters are facing. And I'm already starting to think about what I'm going to want my central issue to be when I start writing my own piece. And I want it to be something really complicated, like what Jacqueline Woodson chose. Friendship in the face of societal pressure is really hard for both kids in the situation, and you can see how like the mom is concerned. There are various things going on, and so I'm gonna want to pick something really complicated like that. For my central issue when I'm thinking through my own life and maybe the shows I've watched to inspire me about what issue I'm going to pick. So now we're going to go through and think about some of the evidence that we have that this is in fact the central issue. And that's going to be important when we write our own piece because we're going to want to keep this in mind and make sure that we're embedding details like this so that our reader really pulls away with a strong central issue like we were able to from her work. So we see here that she lived in a yellow house and white people lived on the other. I'm already seeing what the central issue is of the societal pressure of segregation. Then we see that there's some interaction between the white girl and Clover. Annie's her name. And then we see that Sandra, a friend that I can presume is Black because her and the main character are playing together freely, says no, and I can assume that that's because of the difference. So already I'm thinking about that theme again of how they're possibly going to be able to look past differences. And then I highlighted this part about it being far away because I think it's really important for us to know that the narrator's including things like this. She feels like far away from something, and as we know from stuff like Popularity, where he felt really far away from the popular kids, authors often use this like distance in the setting to really symbolize that there's like a big difference going on, that one character doesn't feel accepted. We can keep looking and we see that she's looking for that girl. And I think that was important because it highlighted this idea of friendship for me. You don't just go around looking for anybody, you go looking for kids in your neighborhood that you'd want to be friends with. Um, then we come to this thing about the fence. Now, the fence was mentioned before, and I'm thinking of the fence as kind of a symbol of the separation, the segregation between the white girl and the main character, Clover, who we know is black. Um, we know that they are not allowed to be in the same spaces just in society in general. And here we see that playing out for two innocent kids who kind of don't understand why it's happening. And so I'm thinking of the fence as like a symbol of that separation between the black family and the white family. And the fact that they want to sit on that fence is also a symbol, I think, for the unity that they're going to bring with their friendship. They're kind of sitting on that fence that would otherwise separate them as kind of a symbol of wanting to be together. And really form that friendship. Then we look at the part where she's talking about that summer. Annie and her sat on the fence and looked at the whole wide world. Again, this is showing that they really were friends. And then somebody's going to come down and knock this old fence down. I thought that was really interesting because I think that strengthened my point of thinking about the fence as being this symbol of the segregation that was limiting their friendship in the past and like stopping them from being together. So again, this is the theme and central issues that I saw in The Other Side, and I'm going to use that to inspire what I'm going to pick as my central issue for and theme for my own fan fiction writing. I'm going to make sure that I'm picking something that I can definitely write, something that's this juicy and like has this much detail and this much like actual conflict. I'm going to want to pick an issue that is personal to me, but that I can draw this much information from for my characters. Thank you.